haven't got doing a video. Chili con carne, mincemeat, chopped tomatoes, can of kidney beans, chili con carne, hot chili con carne powder, because I can't be bothered to work out the ingredients and it's nice enough on its own. This time I'm going to use mushrooms, 2 onions. The first thing you want to do is I have 3 pans already on the way to heating up. One has water in it for the rice, and I will basically, before I do anything else, chop the chopped tomatoes in this one, which is heating up. Get them in now. Then get the kidney beans and the tomato, and I will open these up. Trying to do a record breaking attempt here, creating a very simple but extremely tasty, hot on this occasion, chili con carne. I'll just get rid of a little bit of the water, put in the whole tin of kidney beans. If it's being stubborn, use a spoon. See, my fish is clean, thanks to a visiting mother. This is cayenne pepper. I do sometimes like to be a bit adventurous, so I use ground white pepper, a little bit of Chinese spices. That's about half my pills. Did manage to get them eventually. I put a good sprinkle of cayenne pepper in with the tomatoes. I used a tin, saved me washing up, and I will get 3/4 of the tin, and with a spoon I will put in 1.5 dessert spoons of corn flour. Nice and cheap, but it makes things nice and thick. You'll see me use that when I get round to doing the sweet and sour. On this occasion, I'll put these to one side. Forgive me because I've just come in from Sainsbury's and hands are a bit cold. Don't have the right knives, but I do just fine. Should make a note of the time, shouldn't I? That's a couple of minutes, nearly cut my thumb off. Never done that before. That's because I'm rushing. Trying to do it in a record time instead of just taking my time as I normally do. 1 onion chopped. These are little onions, so if you've got a big onion, you know, you don't have to worry about 2. You don't necessarily have to have onions if you don't like them. Use something else. Today I'm going to add, although I've bought them for another reason, I'm going to add some mushrooms to the mix. So once these are all chopped, I'll get a few stray ones on the floor, rush, they can go in now. I can chuck the onions into the frying pan. They're already sizzling, which you may be able to hear. Mushrooms. These won't go into afterwards, till later. I say till later, in about 3 minutes. I'm quite happy with those, so I'm going to do a couple more. These are sort of medium-sized cut mushrooms. cares? Sure, I won't attract a bowline. Same as this on a big lawsuit. And because that's now sizzling, I'm doing this slightly the wrong way around. I'm rushing. I will just chop. This is basic minced meat, the cheapest one. So this pack was £1.46, which you can see there. The mushrooms are £1, the kidney beans are 21p, and the chopped tomatoes are about 34. Might even cut and pan a bit, but it'll just be the back pain I get. Now that the mushrooms can go in the fridge, get out of my way. That can go in now, get out of my way. And I should put this cornflour is well and truly mixed up with the water. That goes in with the chopped tomatoes and kidney beans. And the idea is cayenne pepper goes over the onions and the mince in the frying pan. Now the idea is that the chopped tomatoes and the kidney beans, all the pans 3 rings at the same time, one for water. Right, you throw the chopped tomatoes and the kidney beans into there, so that that's actually heating up. I'm beginning to get bubbles in my water, so I know this is not far behind. It doesn't matter, because I have to brown the mince and the onions. I do tend to like to experiment a little bit and add a bit of a kick to some things. In this occasion, I've used a little bit of Chinese 5 spices and a bit of ginger. And added to that will be some white pepper to the mince and a little sprinkle into the little concoction. I'll add a bit of salt to gradually the water coming to the boil in a couple of minutes, and just for good measure add some more cayenne pepper. Now I'll keep that stirring. I'll turn it up to speed things up. Should really have this. This is a halogen hob. So this, if you've got a halogen hob, it's about 3/4 of the way up to fry the mince and onions. Got my fancy frying pans. I have 2, little one here hanging up, which I purchased for doing smaller things, or if I need 2 saucepans, frying pans at once. If I just happen to want to do a old English fry up, which I do enjoy. Don't ask me when I made my last one, because I couldn't honestly tell you. I'll get my spoon, stir that up, helps it heat up a bit quicker. Interesting flavour, bit watery, tastes like crap, but then there's a reason for that. Actually, I did forget, I only had a fraction of salt, about 1/4 tablespoon to the mix, and I did forget to add another little dab of cayenne there and now. I mean, don't do what I do. I mean, I've just I learned to cook, taught myself to cook a long time ago, and learned lots of dishes over the years, and I just do things as I go along, and I don't mind it hot. If you copy and sprinkle the as liberally as I do, and you're not into spicy foods, you might find things a little bit on the hot side. These are the tablets I can't do without, but kind of been set up by the NHS. Yeah, they might as well be called the NHS, who realise about to screw them in a major way, and they're trying to label me as mad and violent. They will not succeed. Now that some of the mince is getting a bit brown, I'll chuck the mushrooms in. I've added a bit more in the way of cayenne pepper than I normally would, because there are, as well as the onions, the mushrooms are going in to this particular thing, and this will probably do me for 2 nights, 2 days. But I must admit, it's so nice that I tend to come downstairs and eat a lot, and then I end up extremely bloated and uncomfortable. I like to watch a film when I'm eating. I say a film because there's nothing on TV, and I don't watch it for that reason, because there's nothing on TV. BBC killed my father as far as I'm concerned, and the rest of my family would say the same thing, and a lot of my dad's old friends, you know, and they act like the Gestapo. And as I've been screwed by loads of different, changing, if you see me changing feet, it's because one of my feet, I've got the wrong shoe. I should have taken these shoes off, put my slippers on, I forgot these shoes are a bit hard. Oops, there's a live one. Just as the mince, just what you do is you just sort of wait, keep moving it about, that way you get an even cook over everything. Right, the onions are going nice and soft. The mushrooms, you know, they'll go softer in a frying pan quicker than onions will. You know, the onions cook about the same time as the mince, so you can sort of put them in together, because what you want to do is, just as show you here, grab this camera, just so you can see there, the mince, not much in the way left of pink bits. Put the camera back so I can attend my cooking. And now turn the heat up on the rice just to get it nice and hot. That's almost done, but we just have to do one more thing. That's getting a bit warm now, which is nice. Right, done with the cayenne pepper. So we just need to do, so we've got the water boiling for the rice. We've got our kidney beans and chopped tomato concoction sort of just getting nice and hot, just warm at the moment, but it will be hot shortly. I can turn the heat down on the frying pan. I pour over, I'm not saying the company name because this is going on YouTube, but there'll be 2 people in your local supermarket that will make this mixture. I highly recommend one over the other. For those familiar with the people that produce spices, like the cayenne pepper I use, ginger and the 5 spices. I haven't got as many spices as I would like, that's a long story. Many of you that read the book will probably know why. A lot of you, if I turn around and recommend one over the other, some of you may expect me to come out with a German name. It's not, it's the one with the English sounding name. In fact, the one with the German sounding name, their chili con carne, I don't like it at all. But the one with the English sounding name do a normal chili con carne, and they do a hot, which is what this is, chili con carne. But I like to just add a couple of bits in, just to give it a stronger, more potent flavour. And before, you see I'm bouncing around now, I'm now conscious that I'm filming myself and I'm doing all this like a belly dancer just because my feet are aching a bit, and that's what it's like if I have to wash up and can't pick things up with my right hand. So when I do any cooking, I tend to use my left only, because I'll get sharp shooting pains along here. So that's about it. All we really need to do then is get the rice out. Again, you might really want to measure this. A sort of small cup would do about one person. So if you live with somebody or you want to impress a girlfriend, you might want to do 2 cups. I've now realised I've put far too much in now because I'm doing this. So there we go. That's about done. So it's been frying for about a minute with the mixture on it. Most of the time, the instructions will tell you to put the mixture onto the meat in the frying pan, which is what I prefer to do. But some recipes, instructions will tell you to just put it into the mix, which I tend to prefer not to do. So basically, we have our, I can turn this hob off now, because it's done what it needs to do. The mushrooms are about soft, the onions are soft. Now this is how I do it. You know, some instructions may tell you to put the meat in earlier. And I'll use my wooden spatula and start spooning. Easier if you use something with a wider aperture, a wider saucepan than I have, which I probably could have done had I given it a bit more forethought. Because then you can just basically tip it in like that. But because this is an oversized, a deliberately purchased oversized frying pan, as you can see, I mean it's difficult getting anything next to it, anything bigger than a medium size, because it just takes up so much space, even on this fancy hob. Now the rice there, you might be able to hear the bubbling, is bubbling, so I can turn that down, because you don't really want it bubbling. Some of the basmati rices, the bubbling will just blow it apart. Anyway, so now I've got enough of it out, I'm going to tip that, oops, without tipping anything anywhere. And I've realised because of the mushrooms, which I hadn't thought about, I'm a little bit pushed for space, but it's okay. No major catastrophes. I'll just put my spoon in, give it a nice stir, and that's on mark 6, so just over halfway, and that's hot. It will just about bubble, so what I will actually do, looking at my mother, she kindly cleaned up for me, didn't hide everything. As a lot of you will no doubt be aware, mums often do, and they're being helpful. That's odd, that doesn't seem to be the right lid, which might explain. Well, that lid looks like the same size, and that's the right lid. And so, there you go, chili con carne. I've been at that about, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. Now it will take roughly about 5 or 10 minutes for the rice to be done. And that's your chili con carne.